Hey guys, so I'm going to explain my business. So I'm going to explain the flow of time, and I want to have integrity, or I'm communicating that I'm building integrity with the middle schoolers or the middle school environment in Naples, Florida. So I don't care too much about high school because I know the middle schoolers are going to become high schoolers. So right now, you're just looking back, so it's nostalgia. So it may take the high schoolers till they're 40 to look back and appreciate what I've done. So to explain what my business is, I am the founder of PILKINGTON Studios. I just created that about not too long ago. Basically, as of 2023, I decided to, just like Elon, start another business called PILKINGTON Studios. This is like IMAX. So what I did, if you go down to Gulf Coast Town Center, if you pass by, if you're going on the overpass or you're passing by Gulf Coast Town Center on the highway on I-75, you're going to see the theater. You're going to see IMAX on that theater. That's what Isaiah is. That's PILKINGTON Image. PILKINGTON Studios is a studio where we create a film or a digital product. I don't think they've considered movies a digital. No, they have. But let's just say right now it's iffy on whether or not a full-length movie could be considered a digital product. I guess because of the newness of something, but that's the reality I'm in, where I would imagine if I created something, it would be in the same reality that it's digital. I'm going to explain why digital is different from what other people may be perceiving from someone like me. So you have IMAX, IMAX image, IMAX picture, Polaroid. You have digital, like digital camera. So PILKINGTON Studios, you create something, you create your own image, and then that image is your image, so it's PILKINGTON Image. That PILKINGTON Image would be on the front of every movie theater. So that's what I am as soon as I make my first film. This is a merger. That just means I own something, and that is the image. I own that image. It could be frame rate, it could be the picture resolution, it could be the way that how long something is. This image is something that's crafted for 5 hours versus 3 hours. But they're going to eventually ask me, hey, listen, do you want to eventually do something to where you want to have a contract to have your stuff? It would just show on the movie theater, PILKINGTON Image, or the film that you're looking for. This film from Isaiah, or this image, is going to be their production or franchise or whatever. It's like, think of a console. That image is going to be, you can experience it inside of that theater. Now, that's an IMAX theater. Eventually, they'll see how Genius Sam, where it's like he just does a merger with that theater. So it's just PILKINGTON Image being shot inside of an IMAX theater. Now that they can protect it and say we don't want it, but most likely they'll ask, like, we want to, when this comes out because it's good, we would like to see the entire thing. It's like a franchise thing. But you would see, yeah, because he's a studio, his image is on the movie theater. So that's what I am. That is a headquarters. That is, you own something, you did something yourself. Back to reality. This is a product that you can say is for the preschoolers, and maybe you could say 4-year-olds and then 8th graders. So my music or my product is not just a song, and I'm explaining what I mean by that. It is truthfully a digital product. So this is a merger. So I'm like Microsoft, or I designed this to be a merger like Microsoft. What does that really mean? I consider this audio. So a game isn't necessarily a digital product. That's why I'm getting praised. This is something new that we've never seen. This is like IMAX. So I designed a company, and if someone said a video game is a digital product, not a video game. There's video game and there's a game, like a Game Boy, a GameCube, a console, right? But you can buy those little itty bitty, plug into your TV games, and you can play the little handheld one that's already on there. Is that the same as a digital product? No. If they own the game, they can make it digital, but they created the idea and they can package it differently. So I could put my sound inside of a baby doll, I could put my sound inside of a movie, I could put my sound inside of a whole bunch of things, a jukebox, a CD, a cassette. I could put my product into a whole bunch of things. So mine is like, it was sheet music or a play, sheet music, a play, or a symphony, and then I decided to put it inside of a digital product. So think of it like, what is the reality that I'm in? There's something that's like this that where pinball, right? So this is like pinball, right? Pinball is a game, but you can make the game digital. Chess is a physical game, but you can make it digital. Isaiah basically converted an experience or a universe or a play, or you could say like William Shakespeare, and he basically made it digital. So his sheet music or play or his whatever is digital. That's what you guys are seeing. And then you can package it, and then you can put your product that you can buy, but you just packaged it and you can put it into a movie, and then now you have a universe. Pilkington Studios. I can call it Pilkington Universe, whatever, it doesn't make a difference. But that's what I've done. So this is a merger. So a visualizer of what I am is like when you had Wendy's next to a Subway. It's a merger. So Microsoft could have merged, which it did merge, but it could have designed itself to be different. So I designed this to where it's going to attach itself to a movie theater. It's going to attach itself to Facebook music, Thriller, America's Got Talent. It's just going to merge, and they'll say they'll eventually say we're featuring, or we want to acknowledge this artist that's using this thing, or we want to feature this movie and it's shot like this. Like eventually, I'll just start becoming the average of everything, because this is a merger. It's not relying on me to sell. It's just becoming the average. So the cool thing about Microsoft, you go into Best Buy, you see the logo for Microsoft. See how Microsoft is like you just see it everywhere. It's one thing invented by something, but it gets in your class. It gets in to someone's movie. They talk about Microsoft. It gets into someone's reference. They say, oh, we're going to talk about the top inventors of this day or whatever. And they get into that video. They talk about people who don't necessarily need it to finish. You get into that video, right? So that's how I'm going to spread in space and time. I designed it like this. So you do not need to buy any of my music. I appreciate if you do, but you don't need to, because this is a paper thing. This is a business on paper. I make money because this is a merger. So I'm just becoming the average. So it's like if I give a commercial, they could just pay you for giving them a commercial in advertisement. So I'm getting advertisement revenue from making a song, instead of it being like I'm solely relying on you. I make a ringtone. They wanted to buy a whole bunch of ringtones, or if they wanted to keep you open, they buy a whole bunch of your things, or like you buy a movie, we'd like to buy your movie, right? Because this is a product. We'd like to feature your film or product in every high school, or in whatever it is. Or we'd like to feature your song in a game, or we'd like to feature this in a video. We'd like to feature this in our anything, right? So that's what I've done. This is more complicated than just making a song. This is audio. So a digital product is audio and sound. I basically am using audio. And to share with you guys why this is so impressive is, when you go on to FL Studio, you go on to Studio One, you go into Pro Tools, Logic Pro, any DAW, any good one, GarageBand Mobile, anything, any mobile, anything, tablet, DAW, software. When you go into these things, they give the tutorial. They should, which they're not going to for many different reasons, but they should take that away, because it would show you how complex my music business really is. When you see the little the sample stuff, not BandLab samples, I'm talking about like when you go into I was in studio, I was in Pro Tools, I was in GarageBand. When you get into that, some people are like, I don't know what to do, and that's exactly why I'm getting credit, because it looks like from the screenshot portion, he knew exactly what to do. What does that mean? He invented Pilkington Studio. That's why I called it Studios. He invented Pilkington. So it's like saying you invented Pixar, you invented Facebook, you invented something that never existed before, and you built something through audio, but it's digital. So I want you guys to realize it is digital. This is a digital product. Don't think like, oh, it's just a song. It's a digital product, which means it can merge. So this is a merger product, if that makes sense. But when you're in the studio, you're just looking at a whole bunch of go on to an app on your phone, go on not GarageBand, go on to some audio editing software, make something. So that's, I invented a universe, so hopefully that makes sense for yourself.